Hi everybody, and welcome to another delicious Chew and Chat. I'm Ron Rayfield. This is Justine Dorn. Welcome to part 2. Part 1 you can see on Early American. Before we go any farther, go to Early American and look up macaroni pie.
Macaroni pie.
It should be the latest video on there.
Today we are having a carb overload. Something that isn't really normal by modern standards to put pasta inside of a pie shell. At least I've never heard of it. But I did find out that this dish is still eaten in Scotland. Really? Yep, so it's a very old dish, several hundreds of years old. Exactly how old, I can't figure out, but I know it's at least 1780 at the earliest. But they still eat it in Scotland today, macaroni and cheese pie. This particular receipt is from 1816. There's a lot of flies. It's summertime.
Yeah, flies aren't in the receipt.
No, they're not in the receipt, but they're certainly period correct.
And lately we've been having a lot of people ask, what is a receipt? Don't you mean recipe? No. Receipt is what recipes used to be called. The word recipe wasn't commonly used until the 1900s. Yes,
that's right. In fact, probably your grandma still used the word receipt until maybe the 1980s or 1990s.
And if you think about it, when you go to the grocery store, a receipt has a list of things and the amounts that you bought.
Yes.
So back then it has the list of things and the amount that you used, so it really makes sense to still call it a receipt.
Yep, exactly. You explained it really good.
Thank you.
The word recipe was around for recipes from the 18th century. But absolutely nobody used it.
Right.
So if you look up when was the word recipe invented, I don't know exactly what it'll say. It might say 18th century. Nobody used it. Nobody used it. I mean, it's obvious because if you look at the cookbooks that I use, the cookbooks will literally be titled, let's say, for example, 50 receipts for sweetmeats and pastries. Like, all of it is receipts until 1900. So the word existed in some dusty corner, but no one used it.
I mean, it makes sense to me to still call it a receipt today.
Receipt.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
We're obviously old-fashioned.
Obviously, but...
And it is hot today.
It is.
It's drizzling outside this morning, but it is muggy, and we are just... We're wetter than it is outside.
It is the hottest summer that I ever remember in my entire life. Because normally in the past, whenever it was 100 degrees or in the high 90s, that might last for a week.
Yeah.
Other than that, it would be in the 80s, maybe the high 70s, maybe 90, 91, 92. This summer, every single day almost has been in the 90s. Every single day. And we've had...
And going up to triple digits.
Yeah, we've had so many days that are in the hundreds that I lost track of it. Which I don't remember that ever happening before. I think last year it happened maybe 2 days, 1 day at the most. This year it's like once a week it happens, and then the other days are in the 90s. So this has been a brutal summer.
Well, things been brutal. My belly's been brutal smelling all this whole time. I see you got to eat some already.
Yes, I did.
I'm going to get me some of this real quick.
Okay, let's dig into this carb macaroni pie. Now, this macaroni pie uses a macaroni receipt that is a little different from the last time that I made macaroni. That came from a different book. Macaroni and cheese was very popular in the early 19th century. Very, very popular. And even in the earlier times, like the 18th century, didn't Thomas Jefferson love macaroni and cheese?
He would have macaroni dinner parties. Actually, in 1802, Senator Mahesne wrote about a description of a macaroni pie he had at Monticello.
Okay, so he visited Thomas Jefferson, and he saw that there was pretty much this exact same dish, a macaroni pie. That's what it was called in the receipt book.
And it may have been the same one, or very similar, because this is quite complex. We had to boil the noodles, and then strain the water off, and then boil them again in chicken stock, and that's, getting pretty fancy.
Yeah, it's getting pretty fancy. Let's dig in.
I'm going to say grace.
Okay.
I'll keep it short and sweet because I'm hungry and I'm hot. Thanks, Lord, for our health, for our food, and everything.
Yes, everything. Amen.
Please send cooler weather
Please, we can't take this anymore. It's horrible. I actually think in here right now, it's 100 degrees.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
You want some more cheese?
I would like some more cheese.
You probably need some more pasta too.
And I haven't talked about this yet. These are some wild greens. These are lamb's quarters.
Lamb's quarters, yeah.
And Ron's dad picked these for us from his yard, and he gave this to us. And I just cooked it like you would cook any other green with some bacon. And I didn't add salt to it because we don't really like a lot of salt. You could add salt if you want, but the bacon has salt. We just added pepper. The cucumbers are also from Ron's dad's garden.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll help cool me down.
Yep. Maybe.
Oh, they're a little warm, but at least it's got water in it.
Right.
So you may have noticed we have a very beautiful painting on the mantle back here. I came upon a lovely young lady out in California who painted this for us. Beautiful.
Yeah, so that was really nice of her to do. It was really nice of her to paint us like that. This is the first time anyone's ever painted us.
Now, we've been drawn before, but we've never been painted
We've
before.
never been painted.
Next, we'd be sculpted.
Yes. So thank you.
You have to stay very still
Pause.
while they're sculpting you.
Pause the video and then send us a sculpture of Ron's face as he suffers through this
I like
summer
to
heat.
have a bust of me. That'd be nice. Big, strong shoulders and chest, and
Oh my gosh, you sound so egotistical.
put me on the bookshelf.
Yeah, sure. So we get a lot of really awesome things from you guys, including this painting. And we get a lot of letters from you. Ron, show them that we keep all of the letters that you guys have ever sent us.
Now, keep in mind, some of these are stuffed inside others, but there's probably over 200 letters here. And they're wedged in here. Here's a whole bunch hiding down in there.
Can you believe it? We've replied to every single one of these.
And these big envelopes are all stuffed full of letters too. Yeah, it's a lot. But we sign every one of them and write back to every one of them. So if you'd like to write to us,
we will write you back.
Or donate or send us anything, feel more than welcome to. No chocolate, because we'll eat it all. Mostly her.
Yes, please do not send us sweets. We actually had a very tragic thing that happened a few days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I will.
It's sad.
Someone mailed us a cake. We've never had that happen before.
I wanted to eat it so bad, too.
Someone mailed us a cake. We've had cookies mailed to us that are packaged in a cardboard box, you know. This was just wrapped up in plastic and they shipped it to us. The problem is that by the time we got it, there was a... They didn't make it. They got it from a grocery store, but there was a Best By date on it. And by the time we got it, it said eat or freeze by 10 days ago.
Can we have a moment of silence for the cake?
So it was expired significantly.
Let us remember the cake.
Let us remember the cake in our prayers that we never got to enjoy. It was a cinnamon cake. So thank you to whoever sent that to us, but unfortunately we could not eat it because it was moldy and it was 10 days past the Best By date.
Even Dale didn't eat it.
Dale is Candy's husband, and apparently Dale is a garbage disposal. He can just eat whatever, and even he didn't want to eat it.
Yeah.
So there's a limit to everything, you know. So, I mean, we have cast iron stomachs. I have no problem eating meat that's been left out overnight because that's how people would have done it. But that cake was a little too far gone.
Unfortunately.
So please don't send us food.
No,
Don't send us perishable stuff.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm surprising. This tastes like spinach, guys. There's no weird bitter flavor or anything like that.
And it's called lamb's quarter.
Lamb's quarters. It grows wild everywhere in North America.
You just pull it off the stem, and you can eat it raw, like, you know, in a salad,
Like a
or
salad.
you can put it in a skillet with bacon.
Right. Yeah, or whatever you want. Or
Now, we didn't add any butter to that, so it's kind of like crispy like kale is. it's got a little bit of a crispy to it because we just did it in the skillet with the bacon only.
Right. If you wanted to make it softer, you could cook it with a little bit of broth, just a few tablespoons.
Or steam it. Yeah, steam it with broth.
Steam it with broth. That's how I cook my collard greens anyway. So, yeah, this grows in summertime in North America. No one knows if it's native to this area. Nobody knows because there's no record of anyone bringing it, but it's been in North America for at least a few hundred years, so no one knows if this is a native plant or if it was accidentally brought over by Europeans. Nobody knows. Either way, it would have been very common during our time period.
And this is very good too.
I'm glad you like it.
I love it.
Oh.
Go away, fly. You're not part of the meal.
Yeah, the summer is terrible. I'm getting tired of it.
Yep. I cannot wait till fall.
I used to love summer in years past because it would be 75, 80 degrees. But this summer, if I can describe it in one word, it's just unhealthy. It's very unhealthy.
Thank you to everybody that's watched the cherry pie videos on Early American and Frontier Patriot. Got a lot of good feedback from that one. I will say that wig was very hot.
Oh, the one you wore while dancing?
Yeah. I wasn't dancing. That wasn't dancing. Men don't dance.
That is not true. Men do dance. Enough!
That was a very good pie.
Enough of this. There's like 3 flies just flying around.
So there's a new... Well, let me back up. We do have some news.
He says that every episode.
For those of you who have asked, Pluck Norris has been returned to his rightful owner, which is over yonder.
Yes. I made a community post about it, what was it, like 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
But some people don't check my community tab, which if not, you really should, because I put a lot of news on there, and if you don't follow that, you're going to be really confused watching our videos.
Yep.
And the community posts are really popular, so just go to my channel and then click community, where it says community, and you can scroll through all those posts and pictures, and it answers everything for you if you just scroll back far enough. Pretty much all your questions have been answered under my community posts.
If there's a question and answers, a lot of people keep asking about that. There is a video named Questions and Answered. We did that last fall on Early American.
Yep.
So just search it. By the time you've typed out, hey, we're blah 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 blah, you could have just typed in Early American and then scrolled down and found the video you're really looking for.
Yes. So anyway, Pluck Norris, that's his real name, aka Louie. He has moved on to greener pastures. We have a neighbor who's about a mile away. How about you tell him the story?
That was weird. Oh, that hurt.
Are you okay?
I took a bite and took a drink, and there was like an air pocket, and it was like...
Be careful, dear.
That hurt.
If you're ever choking on food...
I wasn't choking. It was like a... I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Indigestion, maybe?
I don't know. Well, if you ever choke on food, I'm going to ask you, are you choking on food? And then you're going to nod yes.
Okay.
And then you stand up, and then I'm going to pat your back 3 times, and then I'm going to do the Heimlich on you.
You're going to do the Heimlich on me?
Yes.
I hope it works. So the story goes, 2 of our chickens got eaten. 2 weeks later, there's this weird chicken that comes up the road with feathers like this. Turns out it's a fancy...
Ron thought it was one of ours, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I thought it was one of our zombie mangled up chickens.
Some random weird looking rooster wandered through the woods and came to us.
He was a Polish rooster with his fancy feathers. And then a few days later, we found out our neighbor was also missing chickens. And one of them just happened to be a rooster named Pluck Norris.
It was a week later.
And so I got a hold of her and said, hey, guess what? Not Chuck Norris. Pluck Norris is alive. And she was overjoyed.
She was so happy she came over literally right away.
Yeah.
And claimed him.
So now he's back home. We hear him from a distance.
Right.
Every now and then because he doesn't shut up.
Cluck Norris is all bark and no bite.
He's a chicken.
He's 5 pounds soaking wet, which for a rooster is really tiny.
Yes.
Because that's just his breed. His breed gets really small. And so, but all he does is he just prances around like he's really strong. But anyway, what happened with him is he ran over here because whatever ate our chickens was eating the neighbor's chickens. Mm-hmm. She lost, I think it was 5 chickens in one day.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, we know it's huge. We think it's a bobcat. It hasn't struck in about 2 weeks. So I don't know if it's still alive or what's going on. But bobcats have a huge territory, so it could just come back.
But our new chickies that we got last week, you all seen, they're doing great, and boy, are they growing.
Yes. So anyway, whatever it was that was eating her chickens, it chased Cluck Norris through the forest, or maybe he was such a chicken he got scared and he ran when his hens got eaten, because that's who he is. He's all bite and he's all bark and he's no bite. So he didn't protect his hens at all.
No, they got eaten.
Yeah, they got eaten, and he just ran for his life, and he ended up here. A mile away.
Thought you were going on a rhyming there for a while. Cluck Norris got lost in the forest.
Oh, that's cute. Nursery rhyme.
The 2 longs.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, here we go.
It's a lot of carbs.
We got a lot of work to do. It's a lot of work on the frontier. You're constantly chopping wood, getting water.
Constantly walking.
Skinning something.
Skinning something.
Oh yeah, you're hunting. You gotta skin it, and you gotta cure it, and smoke it, butcher it.
Gardening.
Then you gotta eat it.
And then the worst part is cooking.
Best part's eating.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that right?
I know that all too well. We got 10 new chicks. They're all alive. I think they'll all make it. I've never lost a chick before. So, and one of them is a rooster, and their max weight is for that breed is what?
9.5 pounds.
Oh, so almost 10 pounds. So almost double Wimpy Louie.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, our hens were not impressed by Louie at all.
No.
I mean,
he actually kind of
cowered.
Yeah, he kind of cowered down to them.
Yeah, because
they were bigger.
Our hens were bigger than the rooster was. So they thought, what is this? What is this sucker here? They were not impressed.
You ain't no real rooster?
Yeah, you're not no real rooster. The hens could literally beat up the rooster, so they were not impressed with Louie.
No.
He was definitely an all feather and no meat kind of bird.
Just for looks. Prize bird.
Oh yeah. So I cooked these greens in my brand new spider skillet.
Yeah, that's it right there. And that thing is handy dandy.
Yep, let me show you guys.
Handle on that thing.
This is my new favorite skillet.
I really like this.
I've actually had this now for a month, but I haven't had a chance to show you on camera me using it yet until now. So it's called a spider skillet because it has legs that, I don't know, prop it up like a spider's legs do. And what you do is you just put this directly in your fire. It's so easy.
So you don't need a trivet?
Yeah, you don't need a trivet. You just put it directly in your fire. And this looks like iron, but it's actually steel. Because, of course, they've had steel for at least 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it has 3 legs. I got this from Samson Historical. They have a catalog. They also have a website. So if you guys are interested, that's where I got it from. So yeah, this is my favorite new skillet, and this is built to last forever. It'll outlive me. And like I said, it didn't stick at all. I'm really happy with this. And it's 4 of my hands sizes, so it's pretty big.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. I like it too. So yesterday we went to the pewter store in St. John. We were in town, and we heard that Candy was going to be at the pewter store yesterday demonstrating her punch needle technique that we showed in one of our cabin craft videos. And she has her own YouTube channel now. It's called Cabin Crafts. We'll link it below. And so we went there, and there was another artisanal lady there. She was an artisan, and she does ribbon embroidery. And she had a whole bunch of these for sale there. And this isn't normal. So the pewter store, once a year, they have an artist gathering. And so there were, I don't know, 6, 7 different artists. Candy was one of them. And this lady was one of them as well. And she had all of these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pieces of work. And I was staring at this one. And I said, I can't buy it. It's too expensive. But then I told Ron, maybe after 10, 20 minutes, Ron, look away. Close your eyes, because I'm going to buy it. Because he's always telling me, no, you can't get that. It's too, you can't buy it. We can't afford it. But I really wanted this. And it hangs on your wall. So instead of hanging a painting or a picture on the wall, you hang this on the wall. It's kind of like a quilt patch. Mm-hmm. And on the back, there, you probably can't see, but I'll put my finger in there. There's a place where you can put a rod so that you can hang it on your wall. And so she made this 100% from scratch, and I just thought it looked so cozy and cute, and it was completely my aesthetic, and it took me to a happy place, so I wanted it.
Very nice.
No, thanks. And now I'm going to have it forever. Just like my spider skillet.
Well, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. It's hot. We're going to get off here and clean up and cool down.
We're going to sit in a cold tub of water and just wake up sometime around October. So bye guys, thanks for watching. Take care.
Bye bye.